My name is Brad Davis. I'm an IFBB pro from Paducah, Kentucky. I got my pro card by winning the Masters 40 and over class at the North Americans Bodybuilding Championships. And this is my, fourth pro show.
Tell us how you got into training.
I was born and raised in a small football town in southern Ohio, a town called Ironton, Ohio, and it's all about football. So, I started lifting at age 13 because, I wanted to play football. And it kind of just progressed. I ended up, my senior year being the strongest guy on the football team. And it kind of progressed to where, you start getting bigger and bigger and people's like, hey, you should, do a bodybuilding show. So when I moved to Paducah and I went into Gold's Gym, everyone there asked me if I competed. I was like, no, I just lift weights. And it's like, well, you should really compete. So I got into it, did my first show in, I think, 2003, the Kentucky Muscle, and it's been on ever since then.
Tell us how you got your pro card and what that journey was like.
Oh wow, long journey. I did a lot of pro qualifiers, USAs, nationals. I did North Americans 3 times because I got really close. Actually, one year I got second to Ken Jackson in the heavyweight class, and Ken went on to get the pro card. So I knew once I got that close that I could get it. It was in my grasp. So the following year, maybe 2 years later, I think, I went and I was going to do North Americans, which I did, and my wife talked me into doing the Masters class also. And I was like, well, I don't want to pay the double entry fee. She's like, oh, I'll just do it. I'll tell you what, I'll pay the entry fee and you do it. Well, thanks to my wife, I'm now an IFBB pro because I went on to win that Masters class and earn my pro card, and got in a very competitive open class. I got 4th place, and I think, Julius Page won that class. Kevin Jordan was in that class. Brad Rowe was in that class. It was a very tough class. So I was happy just to be in the first call out.
Okay. How would you rank your genetics for this?
I would rank my genetics slightly above average. I was an athlete in high school. I can still run a good 40-yard dash. And I think that plays into a lot of it. You see, like most of really good running backs, guys that used to be good running backs, Sean Ray, Ronnie Coleman, eventually progressed to be good bodybuilders. So I think it has a little bit, athleticism has some to do with it. But, genetic response, and I'd say average, I get fat easy, but I put on muscle easy. So there's a blessing and a curse to, every genetics.
What can you describe? How would you basically describe your training?
Wow, my training, it's evolved over the years. When I was younger, it was all about, heavy slag, iron, silverback, gorilla weight. I wanted to be the strongest guy in the gym, and that's the way I lifted. I deadlifted 585 to 12, squatted 585 to 12, incline barbell 405 for 8. So I eventually got strong, but as I got older and older and older, the joints, they can't take that forever. So now I go in on some more volume, higher volume, a lot of blood pumping sets. You eventually change your training as you get older. Your body can't take that forever.
Okay. And in the off season, how often do you train, and how long is a workout?
In the off season, I train usually 4 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, take Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday off for rest. It's a fairly quick workout, about an hour, divide body parts up, and high intensity. That's all I care about, is just keeping the intensity high, and that's pretty much how I gauge a good workout. High intensity, I went pretty much to failure, good workout. If the intensity was lower, then that's a failed day.
Okay. And how does nutrition fit in for you?
Nutrition, you do this long enough, you're gonna find out that that's probably number one. You gotta feed the machine, but you don't want to overfeed the machine. Getting fat does nothing for you. I see guys all the time thinking, I want to get bigger and put all kind of weight on, end up getting high blood pressure, and all you're doing is destroying your insulin sensitivity, which is, you're destroying your muscle gains. So eating a lot of food, but finding that balance of finding enough to grow but not pile on fat tissue.
Okay. And you know the lineup for this show. How do you think you're going to do? Who's going to be the big competition for you in your class?
This Chicago Pro 212 class is going to be a very good class. This is probably going to be one of the better shows of the year. Wow, you got Mark Dugdale here. You got a lot of good guys here. A couple of foreign guys that are really, really good. Honestly, it's like me and Shelby Starnes was talking at a weigh-ins. If you make the top 10 in this class, you can pat yourself on the back. You did good. And from a bodybuilder standpoint, you always want to be, I want to win, but you got to be realistic, and that's a realistic, goal right there, top 10. But I'm hoping to make that first call out. My conditioning is always where has been the hardest part for me. The muscles there. There's not too many people that come out muscle me in a 212 class. Bringing the conditioning, and I think that I'll be tight enough, hard enough to probably make that first call out.
And what is it that you love about bodybuilding?
What do I love about bodybuilding? The discipline. If it was easy, everyone would do it. It's hard to deprive yourself of pizza, ice cream, cake, for long periods of time, and eat a certain macronutrient profile. It's hard. Not everyone can do it, and that's why everyone doesn't do it. That's why you don't see a whole lot of people walking around in shape, because it's hard. It's work and it's hard, and it takes an extreme amount of discipline, and that's what I like. It's like being a samurai. I like it.
Your time as a competitor, when you get done and you look back, what type of things do you want to say that you've accomplished?
When I'm done with bodybuilding, when I look back, I just want to say that I did a couple shows that I wanted to do. I would like to do the New York Pro at least once. I would like to do the Arnold Classic just once. Of course, I would love to make it to the Olympia, but if I don't, it's not a total failure. I just want to think back and know that I had fun doing it. It wasn't I gotta go get ready for a show. No, I was excited and I had fun, and I lived the dream that I wanted to be a pro bodybuilder, and I done it. Not many people can say that. Just enjoy the journey.
For more great videos, click on the links attached and get more info from Midwest Muscle Report.